The women in One Piece are famous for their exaggerated features. And I don't mean that in the wrong way. I meant both physical and emotional. And trust me when I say that it goes both ways. Where there are majestic beauties like Hancock and Nami, their contrasts are some that fill despair for any man that's unlucky enough to cross their path. As a matter of fact, that's our topic for today. Here are the top 10 women in One Piece that you don't want to be with. And number 10 is Monet. As far as looks go, any guy would probably be love-struck when he sees Monet. Flowing green hair and a face that could attract any male in a 5-mile radius, it would be almost crazy to add her to this list. However, the problems arise when you catch sight of the rest of her body. Her original human arms and legs have been replaced with bird limbs, giving her the appearance of a harpy. As if this is not enough, her razor-sharp talons, capable of decapitating even the most determined of suitors, are enough to make all the ordinary citizens steer clear of her. If Monet ever gets enraged, she has a breakdown like never seen before. She is able to transform her body into a large demonic-like entity with sharp teeth and berserk-like eyes. Doesn't sound too romantic, huh? Along with her physical features, she doesn't seem like too good of a person either. Monet shows no remorse for the children that are being treated as lab rats by Caesar. In fact, she even fed the drug NHC-10 to them, even though she was well aware of the side effects. At number 9, we have curly Dadan. A tall and overweight middle-aged woman, Dadan would not look out of place in a mafia, but on the attractiveness scale, she would definitely be in the lower half. Her masculine features and choice of clothing do nothing to add to her femininity, as she is seen wearing a formal white shirt and simple trousers held up with a huge belt. In Luffy's flashback, she is smoking a cigarette, so we'll dock points off for that too. As far as her personality goes, just ask Ace and Luffy. She would discipline them by providing them with limited food, forcing them to clean the house, and even sending them on criminal activities such as robbing people. To be honest, she seems like a huge red flag, and any self-respecting male would stay far, far away from her. Number 8 is Charlotte Brulee, probably a creation from a random kid's nightmare. In many ways, she is similar to a stereotypical witch with her gray skin, extremely tall height, and long, gnarled fingers that are painted blue. Her droopy eyelids, hooked nose, and large mouth would give the ick to even the most desperate of men, unless they have some sort of weird witch kink. But we won't go there. A case could still be made for her if not for her devilish smile she is usually seen with. I mean, she looks like something parents tell their kids as an urban story to make them behave, and I mean this in the most polite manner. Due to her own lack of looks, Brulee is jealous of other attractive women to the point where she is willing to slice them up. Along with jealousy, she also seems to be a sadist, as she is evidently excited at the prospect of disfiguring Carrot's face with burns. Add to the list that she has a hatred for all non-human creatures and disregards their pleas of mercy while threatening to consume them, and you might just have created the most horrible woman on planet Earth. But then again, there are 7 more remaining in this list, so you can take your pick. At number 7 are the Charlotte twins. You would be hard-pressed to find twins as unattractive as Charlotte Lola and Charlotte Chiffon. Despite their short, thin legs, both the sisters are quite tall due to the abnormal size of their heads. Unlike other anime girls, pink hair does not suit either of them, as it is braided into 2 ugly pigtails, and their choice of headwear is questionable as well, with Lola wearing a small black bowler hat and Chiffon simply tying a ribbon in her hair. Lola is definitely the more desperate of the 2 sisters, as she has got rejected 4,443 times. That should not even be possible, but okay. Despite their physical flaws, they do seem to be good-natured and actually help the Straw Hat Pirates during their quests. So maybe if you prefer personality over looks, these terrifying twins might be the ones for you. And number 6 is Koko, another female character that looks more like a man. If you saw Koko walking towards you on the street, you would definitely prefer to change directions. An icefish mermaid whose fin tail forked in 2, allowing her to walk on land, she poses as a human and hides her mermaid physique. Her facial features make it seem as if she is permanently smiling, regardless of her actual emotions. This, along with her obese figure, makes her look like a good-natured frog. When she was younger, she was much more beautiful, like a typical mermaid. Following the loss of a few loved ones, she fell into depression and developed a binge drinking addiction, letting herself go. Sort of makes you feel sorry for her. And number 5 is Fat Alvida. Trust me when I tell you this, Fat Alvida is not someone you want to mess with. With the strength of 5 men and a very short temper, she can easily send you to the afterlife if you get on the wrong side of her. Alvida is tall and obese, with long wavy black hair that reaches her shoulders. Any observer would immediately notice the freckles on her cheek that make her seem even more unattractive. Her fashion choices also leave a lot to be desired, as she prefers a typical captain's coat and graying pants as her go-to outfit. One of her biggest personality traits seems to be her narcissism. She considers herself to be the most beautiful lady in all of the sea, and all those who are asked agree with her, under the threat of her iron mace. Alvida is also cruel and overbearing, particularly to her crew. She forces them to clean her entire ship thoroughly, and even if a single speck of dust is found, the person is smashed with her mace. However, post-Devil Fruit Alvida is genuinely a thing of beauty, but we'll talk about her another time. At number 4, Giola is a very large woman with exaggerated facial features, a plump upper body, and very skinny legs. She is seen wearing a purple dress with yellow flowers on it that sticks to her body, emphasizing her less than perfect figure. Her hairstylist should be jailed when you consider her multicolored hair, with one side dyed orange and the other blonde. Not even makeup can help her, but it is evident that she has still coated a thick layer of it on her face. Giola is also extremely egotistic and delusional, mishearing everything her opponents say to her as compliments. She scolds them for calling her such things as mermaid princess, supermodel, and Miss Universe, when in fact, they never said anything like that at all. She boasts superhuman strength as she is able to effortlessly lift and throw her crewmates from the Thousand Sunny onto the submarine with only one hand. She is also a devil fruit user, which allows her to alter the shape and appearance of any object or living organism. Considering the fact that she can also be cruel and ill-tempered, she is definitely not someone you would want to get into a relationship with, or you just might find yourself turned into a cinnamon roll. And number 3 is Miss Monday. A tall, muscular woman with dark skin, Miss Monday would not look out of place at a bodybuilding competition. Although she has a soft, high-pitched voice that could easily be mistaken for a little girl, do not be fooled. This woman could easily crush you to a pulp with only her hands. Just ask Roronoa Zoro, who, although he beat her, had to really work hard for his victory. Miss Monday also carries a metal sheath in her right hand for combat. So even if you are a psycho who is into dominating women with huge muscles, it would be smart to stay far away from her. Number 2 on this list, standing at 29 feet, the tallest height known for a human in history, Charlotte Linlin, better known as Big Mom, is not someone you would swipe right on if you come across her profile on Tinder. A plump woman with an enormous chin, her tongue can usually be seen sticking outside of her mouth. Huge, ugh. Ever since she was a child, she has towered over normal human beings and even been mistaken for a giant. Any guy would be considered a short king in front of her. During her first appearance, she is shown to drool large quantities of saliva while talking. Moreover, she has regular fits of rage, and during these times, the pupils of her eyes take on a spiral shape. Frankly, Big Mom is also crazy. Whenever she craves a certain type of food, she will act wild and out of control, endangering everyone around her, including her allies, and becoming unable to think or act rationally until she gets the food she is craving. Such is the extent of her strength that she can wreak havoc on towns and sink battleships without any effort. As if all this is not enough, Big Mom also has 85 children from 43 different husbands. So any guy looking to get with her should keep this in mind. And finally, at number 1, Devon is considered to be the most dangerous pirate to ever be imprisoned and impaled down during the entire age of pirates. She is extremely tall and pale-skinned, with the only thing even slightly girlish about her are her pigtails. Although she does not seem to be that old, her face is wrinkled, and coupled with her witch-like nose and devilish grin, she is easily recognized as the antagonist of the show. Devon seems to have a sadistic obsession of collecting the heads of beautiful women, as seen when she admired the beauty of Boa Hancock, and commented that her head would make a wonderful trophy. Moreover, Her romantic preference is evidently women, as she surrounds herself with female admirers, particularly on Hachinoso. She is strong enough to injure even Whitebeard, and her abilities include superhuman endurance, which make her a very dangerous opponent. Such is the fear around Devon that even when she is imprisoned and impelled down, she is placed in level 6, where only the worst criminals are locked up. For the guys who are determined that I can fix her, go ahead, but the only flowers you'll be receiving will be at your funeral. This is it for top 10 women you don't want to be with in One Piece. Would you subtract or add any other female from the series? Love to know your thoughts. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel and ring that notification bell to be notified of any latest uploads. That said, see you in the next one.